to page 7 of the prayer book, please. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash, a lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the ways of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heap, curd like cloud, O Lop Tsongkhapa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, Venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Tsongkhapa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Migme se wei te chen raising, Gyume Kempe Wang Po Jom Pel Yang, Du Pung Ma Lu Jom Se San Wei Dan, Gang Chen Ke Pe Su Gen Tsongkhapa, Lob San Dra Pe Zab La So Wa Deb. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence, 5 aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, positional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom. Because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times, by relying upon the perfection of wisdom, become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra, the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra, the perfection of wisdom, is proclaimed. Tayata ogate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gadavas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis, Akasama Rathachara. Tayata om gate gate parasom gate bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kuriye soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji Perki Jushimeta Ramri Rablingji Nidegempadi Sangye Jingdu Meteua Gi Sadna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Chongda Songi Chomna La Jaju Pardu Gepsu Gepsu Chi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonam Ki Drola Penchu Sange Drupa Sho. Chongda Songi Chomna La Jaju Pardu Gepni Gepsu Chi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonam Ki Drola Penchu Sange Drupa Sho. Jongde Songi Jomna La Jangju Pardu Dagdi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonam Ki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho.
Good morning. Maybe you can open back to the Sanjay Chuzo. Check the refuge. Check the refuge. Yeah. Refuge pray. Yeah. Seven red. We do a little meditation, okay? How many people memorize Tibetan style? No one? How many? You memorize? There. Sanjay Chudan Soji Chonumla, Jangchub Pada Dana Jobsimchi, Daka Shinso Jebe Sonumji, Dola Penja Sanjay and Dobra Show. Everyone memorize English? How is English? In the okay. In the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. The Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Okay. Okay, we will recite this first line only in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. I think English is better. Then the same thing we recite the Oman Pemo. First we is with sound, then slowly without sound, read your heart. Because when you say in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, you maybe recite them, but your mind goes everywhere. Like whenever we see things, whatever we see, our mind follow that. Whether watch or light, different colors. Oh yeah. Therefore, if mind gets something to, some cats or dogs, we give something to, they can play, they just play there, right? If there's nothing to do, then just they're running everywhere. But our mind is exactly similar to that. There was something to make our mind stuck there, then mind can stop there. It's true way to, like method to memorize. Sometimes we say, okay, you think about emptiness, close your eyes, then we fall asleep. Or mind just go away, because we are not able to keep our mind one or same subject. Therefore, when we recite some mantras, then also there some walking meditation, right? And like those also lesson meditation, you can listen some chantings. Usually this is the worst. Tab yashudu marsin, tab yagat ke mares, tab joshu deres.
Not the best method, the worst method.
Because we have no time, you guys nothing complain, you have to survive this place. You have to go walk, you have to complain, you have no time also to meditation. And therefore, it's not our personal problem, it's like, cultural problem. Therefore, We have not always yogic meditation all the time. Therefore, His Holiness, sometimes say, okay, only recite the in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, until you something do you feel, you just recite. Not just in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, you don't feel anything, right? Say in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. You very fast, you just, but because your mind doesn't focus there. Therefore, I think the Kadamba masters, when they're teaching, the teacher teaching very short prayer, short one, not too long. Then students to meditation that couple days. Then when they go back to the give like exam, okay, I did meditation like now, I feel like that. Then teachers say, okay, yeah, this is pretty good sign. They say, oh, you're not go to wrong direction. They, they just slowly like that. Not some like here. Therefore, I think you very focus, even you reciting mantra or pray, then think about the meaning that is very changed our mind. Usually the purpose to be recite things to the understand the meaning. And when we recite the Guru Puja, we do a lot of tunes, takes 2 hours. When we read Tibetan, like 5 minutes finish. One time, Tom Chu and me, then myself, then the other person, we did Guru Puja. We finish maybe less than 5 minutes. We take 2 hours, right? We just decide. Therefore, when you can see the lot of Tibetan chanters, we very go to how you call turns. How is that? Melodies. Oh, and then Sera, we have we call 7 days like retreat there to pray. The Heart Sutra, the last four verses, it takes more than 1 hour. When we didn't hear the voice in the Chinese, like that said, they chant a very long time. First recite the Heart Sutra, then they recite that. This is about the monks to meditation for the meaning, the Heart Sutra. So only 4 sentences, it takes more than an hour. Like that, then also when the Sera in Tibetan, we do the once, I think years, they are very long, very slow to pray Heart Sutra. From Sera to Plaza, I don't know how far. Maybe more than from here to Boston. Then some people, when they start their chanting, then some people they leave from the Sera, go to the Lhasa, buy things, take things, come back, start they finish Heart Sutra. It takes 5 hours. One time, not not many times, just one time finish Heart Sutra. They're 5 hours. That during that time there's no bicycle, no motorcycle, no cars. They have to walk. Go to Lhasa, buy things, coming back, start there, not finish. Like the tradition were very slowly. This is the true meditation. When you really, if you meditation not doesn't matter, whatever the meditation, the meaning. Therefore, someone said, why the Tibetan monks do it very slowly, like because that basically you have to meditation the meaning. Yes.
Are they stopping as they were stopping after a word, and are they like saying it the whole
say whole time.
Really hard to do for 5
Yeah,
hours.
because all the monks memorize. Everyone memorize. You don't have to look at the paper.
So they say it over and over again?
No,
5 hours? Or just
one time.
They
one
stretch it out.
Yeah, they just stretch.
Wow. No gaps.
No gaps. No stop, no break, no tea time.
No, I don't mean that, but just after a word, do they stop and then think about it, or do
No.
they just say the word?
Say the word.
really slowly?
What
Very
about
slowly.
breathing?
You keep breathing, otherwise you die.
There have to be gaps.
No, it's this gap. Yeah, of course, like that, but not, okay, stop here 5 minutes. Not like that. They just, like, you can hear like that. If you lose, you have to very careful, to catch the sentence first time. Otherwise you lose, you don't find where they're going. You don't really hear the clear word. Therefore, everyone, that time you really see the monks doing that. It's really like very meditation. No one looking there, just everyone just very serious. Maybe they a little bit moving like that. Everyone same kind voice, same kind tone. During that time also, geku or discipline also not walking around. Maybe. Therefore, yes.
So they learn how to breathe while the sound is coming out without a break. Is that?
No, I'm not means, like I said, I stop, right?
Right.
You can stop. I'm not saying you not breathe, you breathe, but not stop to thinking, okay. Not stop to drink water. That time no water, no tea. 5 hours you just complete. If you bathroom, you have to just catch that. Like that time is really, we call, we can see the long meditation. Therefore, if you do the whole Heart Sutra, even this also, they don't do it often times. Usually in India, Tibet, and they say once a year. In India, I don't really remember. I remember one time they did. Then they start, I think maybe afternoon 3 o'clock, even like 9, 10 o'clock when not finish. But you do the fourth sentence, the last, the Heart Sutra is we do every year. We have to one pray for 7 days. That time they do the morning, early morning. It's also we have to get up 2 o'clock, finish 11 o'clock. Start morning 2 or 3 p.m., finish 10 or 11 p.m. That time you have break, you have eat, but this is 7 days. That time they do early morning. Very, that time also Geku not allowed to go to looking for someone sleeping, someone talking. One time, the puja time, monks, some monks reciting, someone monks feel sleep. It's very hard, India is India. It's not like that you got big gap. Between Devra and Kasha also, between that another person can sit there. When we monks stay, we can complete, touch each other, sometimes also over each other. Then small place, very hard. Then hot tea, hard lentil soup, all together, very hard. This is India. Yeah. Then you're not allowed to talk. The discipline is always looking for you. You get punishment. Then if you recite, you can recite very serious. Sometimes also they come to check, are you reciting or not? Yeah. It's not easy. Stay at the monk, you really serious. Then, therefore, the one time, this disciplinary walking around, the one monk looked like sleeping. Then he just like this, push like that. Usually you wake up, you just push like that, you beat a little bit, you hit something. Maybe beats maybe a little bit, very bad for Western, right? How about hit? then them karo chawade ta niku de samdro and they are talking ani yedam tamji ta kungo to join wares then the chawa niku de
On est sous-tendé.
ah the tiga mambo ton so kanga chawade gegus na ko niku de tro ko to kablaya ani ta kanna tamji kungo to join wares 대전에 아니 티가 쪽쪽어 말서 가르가 곰자고 하고 메와인자.
So at that time, the disciplinarian thought that the monk was sleeping, and so he tried to wake him up. So when he woke up, he arose in a full form of higher giver. And of course, cautionists who saw them. There was, of course, some people, who have the vision and who have the fortune or the karma to see can see that, right? So they saw that. And so usually it's said that you're not unless you're sure they're already sleeping, you should not wake them up.
Okay, therefore, when the heart time, last 4 sentences, the geek was not allowed to go walk around. Then, like me, the naughty monks just time to sleep. Because geek doesn't come. And anyway, what the purpose to chanting is also the meditation, the meaning. Therefore, when you recite the in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, correct?
In the Buddha Dharma.
Sangha, first you can recite for the sound, then slowly, without sound, you can recite your heart. Because also you need to know you're reciting. Remember, not just silent and just keep up, not like that. Yes.
If you're reciting a mantra, is there more, power when you're actually speaking or making the sound versus just thinking?
I think you make it say sound is not really power, but it makes you also not sleeping.
Okay.
And usually, when you recite mantras, you can hear yourself. Can you do that? You can hear yourself, not others hear. Can you guys do that? If you recite like that, then also you keep your mind, you're reciting that, Then this makes you also mind very more stable. Then within that you can also think about the meaning, remember like the Buddha Dharma Sangha, you can remember Buddha Dharma Sangha. In your valuable also Buddha's who show the refuge, Dharma the real refuge, Sangha protection or helper. Like that, okay? This is one of the methods for the worst meditation place. The best is meditation for your own mind. Then subject any other kind, your own meditation, compassion, bodhicitta, lamikana, this is the best way. Emptiness. Then another one is looking for the Buddha or any image, looking at that. Also you keep your mind stable that. Okay? Now we're going to recite maybe 3 or 4 times for with sound, then a couple of times without sound, recite your own, okay? Or you can hear yourself, your own voice, but not others. Then it keeps also your mind stable like that, okay? And Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and no, it's just first verse, not second, third. Just first one. Repeat again, okay?
Just the first 2 lines.
First 2 lines.
Just the first 2 lines in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Yeah, enter enlightenment, take refuge.
Okay. And Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and enlightenment refuge. And Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and enlightenment refuge. And Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and enlightenment refuge. Good morning. How's it? You doing this work? This work? Yeah, try to do that, Then also try to more study about refuge. You really well know what is refuge, what meaning, the quality of the Buddha, quality of the Dharma, quality of Sangha. You really understand the meaning. Then you can do for that kind of meditation. It makes your mind more stable and more powerful. Okay? Okay, like that. Yes?
Would you mind pronouncing it for us in Tibetan?
Pronounce?
Saying it in Tibetan just so that we can hear, saying it slowly in Tibetan
Okay.
so that we can hear it.
Tibetan is Sanje Chudan Tsojin Chonamala Shanje Pada Dana Chapsamanje. This is similar to what we recite. But my voice is very bad. If you have very good voice, it also makes like very different people, like something to really, feeling. Okay? Therefore, try to do a little bit of meditation every day, okay? It's, problems, if we don't do meditation, then we don't have any results, we don't see much. We are always the same person. When you do some meditation, then you have some experience, then it's very change our daily life. Okay? But don't change it too quickly. It's also a little dangerous. You very quickly for your be fire. Okay? Then happy Memorial Day, right? Is happy day or is bad day?
Happy
Anyway, this is one of the, this country is for big holiday, right? It's country government holiday. This is one thing is, we remember who lost or who dedicated their life for serve this country. Doesn't matter what's your nationality. Right now we are all this country. We stay here. Therefore, right now usually, basically, this country is United States like the top of the country or the world. Financially and the education to any country. In order to come there, it's not easy. A lot of people, like in safety, any kind. A lot of people dedicate their life for purpose to come this country to, very healthy country. Of course, there's also a lot of garbage that we don't have to check all the things. There were maybe hundreds of thousands of people lost their life for protect our country. Therefore, it's good to remember for their kindness, not just say, oh yes, a lot of people died, oh this we just remember that, not like that. We remember their kindness, then also we recite some mantras, think about the positive actions. Because they are the condition we able to do some more merit. Right? Usually what we pray for my own purpose. The mouth say, all Mother Simchip is free from suffering. That we don't really do that. We say, we do opposite. Therefore, if you're really thinking, this is like we can, practically, there's happened that we all knew it makes cause for us to more develop some compassion, loving kindness, renunciation also. Therefore, maybe they already rebirth for us, maybe you guys, maybe us. Also that time we die for our country, who knows? Therefore, when they remember me, for remember their kindness. That's for good, all of us, okay? Okay, now I'm not talking too much. Therefore, one thing is, I think this very unique practice for Buddhism is cause and effect. Unique? Unique means what?
Cause and effect.
No, unique practice means
Unique.
Unique.
what means?
It belongs only to, you're saying unique practice?
Or means only true? Uncommon. Okay, I think this is very common. I think I like to do this very called common. If you believe or not, doesn't matter. Cause and effect is common for all of, even the birds, even the trees, right? In the grass. You have the cause, then you meet the condition, they get a result. This is not something to religion's business. Common. It's common, right? Therefore, you really think any kind happen for our daily life, it's always push for cause conditions. Do you think? Do you have any example for happen something there's no cause, no condition? Can you give anything? Like I'll fold this cup here. They have cause condition?
Sometimes I see something in my mind and I don't see the cause.
Ex-
So, but usually, I don't believe there's no cause, but sometimes it just, something happens in my mind and I don't see any cause.
Example what?
A thought arises or a good feeling arises and doesn't seem related to what I was thinking about at all. I don't know why.
What kind? What kind of thought?
Sometimes, I don't know the cause. Sometimes, I'll get a good feeling and I'm thinking about something. Usually cause a good feeling. It just happens.
No,
I'm not saying there's no cause.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't see it.
You don't see. Yeah, this is true, yeah. I'm sure they have cause. Without cause it's happened, then big dangers. Like the kids do something, good things, the parents happy, right? It's true, right? This is very easy to see, right? Then someone prays for you, you feel happy, right? Right? Even you say, oh, yeah, you feel very happy, someone says. If someone says some criticize you, not just you, all of us, okay? Someone criticizes you, even you say, she was nice one there, oh, that person is not nice. We feel that, right? This thing we can see. Yeah, you're right, when sometimes we have some very sad feelings, some solong parsejo, solong says. Solong parse the money on the Geshe Lela on Gutsumdo. The Gyume get paid trouble. Solutions, solong tower said. Number Kono South said my batch. Solong tower coach Geshe not to your Kubado talk as you get in a concert.
So like short temper, like people with a short temper, not only that, but easily becoming agitated or becoming angry. Yeah. So you get that short temper all the time, and that is also very difficult to see the cause.
Right? That's a very sorrow thing, right? Like you already, yeah, this has happened. There's cause and effects of sorrow than emptiness.
So the subtle cause of the law of cause and effect, which means like detail about the cause and effect. So what caused and when was the cause created, who created, at what place, and so forth. All these details, that's what we meant by the subtle law of cause and effect. That can be only cognized by Buddha.
Right? This is just, Jimba Tungwala Tena Loshun Jogo is. 중국에서 텐딩이 주데 다 지었으면 답을 누르레스. and that rest lapsa that tarno kenle ore.
For example, like when we say, if you practice generosity, you will become rich. The cause for practicing, and the cause for wealth, is practicing generosity, and that is proved, with all these reasonings, the three analysis. But so because of that, we say yes, that's true. But otherwise, it's really difficult to see how giving gives you wealth. And so your becoming wealthy depends on your generosity. And of course, you have done some practice of generosity. That's why you're wealthy now. And that practice of generosity, when was it done? In what form and when and at what place and so forth. So all these details, to know that is very difficult.
What's the three
analysis? Can you just tell us
Jebosum.
the three analysis?
제왔음데 아니가로 통행제 때문에 잘 안 해서 때문에 나와면 봐. 아니 주도권제 때문에 제보 때문에 나와면 봐. 신도권제 때문에 잘 이치는 거 나와면 봐.
So, like theory analysis, when you analyze something that is obvious,
통행제
and then when it's something very obvious, there is no contradiction to be observed by direct perceptions. So something very obvious, you can see it with your eyes, with your eyes, or
통행제대로 변한게도 내 세르게 까불라나 전자 세르게 많이 좀 신경으로 된다 그래서.
So like for example, I hold this cup, and then I say this is a gold cup. This is a gold cup when it's a porcelain, right, made of porcelain. And I say this is gold cup. But this is obvious. You can see it with your eye, So when you can see with your eye, you don't have to have any reasons. It's very obvious that it's not a gold cup. So you know that already. So that's the obvious objects. And then there's the hidden objects. So that which we cannot see. If somebody says, "Oh, there's a fire behind that, that hill," because there's a smoke coming, from there. You only see the smoke. You don't see the fire. So it's something that's slightly hidden. So those things, the slightly hidden things, that is not contradicting to the inferential cognition. So through inferentially, you can understand that there is a fire because you see the smoke there. And then there is extremely hidden objects, which are based on a belief. Somebody says, "Okay, this is like that because this," or somebody says, "This is like this," and because that person said it, then you believe it because you believe in that person. Not because just if just not just anybody says it's not like you're believing in anybody, but somebody who you believe in. And the reason for you to believe in him is because he's fully enlightened, because he has clairvoyance and so forth. So because of that you believe in. So these three objects, understanding three objects: the obvious, slightly hidden, and extremely hidden.
pena mijiwashi miti pena namju pena kasha jani ja khashawate ta demba chanja shewana ani miti kashina ngamzu ta ota miti shitang kum demba shinge da miti mabishig mar khushewa yale no to kene chigar was.
So 100 out of 100 times, if somebody tells you truth, you believe that person is telling truth all the time, right? So you always tell that person is all the time. Then sometime at other time you see that the person is saying something which you don't know, because you already believe that person is telling truth all the time. Even though you don't know that thing, you will still believe in that person, thinking, yeah, he's telling truth.
tenredo tagana iga namju ku shewate ko shewa najinde tadadadan rodige yawanza ani ta nganzu giti netsu ha mogo waina te ko kene chogo yoro.
So before, the 100th time, you saw that what he was telling us truth, and then the 101st time, you don't know what he was telling, but you believe because he's like all other before the 100 times before, he's been telling truth only.
Te jushi ta ti lokshan shina ku leba tela ya ta negative te mind big dishi ke yona tindri yoris.
And so even so, on the contrary to that, if you can find a reason to say that, oh yeah, that's what he said is not true, then of course you can deny that.
ndo tindri imbayenza pena tangazo mbenjo pena mesanjile pugni wachi pugji de lamroyo chimbo wachi ani 지 benjongone yaboyo 지 다가도 메와이나 tangazo 가르치는 정어래서나 가도 시질라나 가 시단지는 문 전다 체조라고 good luck 또 될 가서 되기로 was.
And so, for example, if there are two kids, two children, two siblings, they're educated, they're brought up in the same way, educated in the same way, but one becomes successful, the other doesn't become. And then we says, why is like that? And then they say, oh, the one is more capable than the other one, or more skillful than the other one, like that. We usually say like that, right? That's how we see.
다이나는 코가지네 아니 남도초 코가지네 굿락 차와래. 코가지스 거죠. 셴바도 마셔버는 파튼 바 트건도나 땅도 근데 렌자마도 뭐 용거로 왔어.
And then it says why is because he was lucky, he was able to do the things in the right time, in a good time and so forth. So it became not successful because of his luck and all this. Then again, why is he more lucky than other one?
대절로랑 감수고 다 좋아. 다 대절로 땅하고 하모고라서 몸불러도. 근데 인자 다 이식 농사에 되고 간 대절로라 만주 미만통하기 아니 지다 주세지. 니버치 뭐요레스. 대고 째는 treba는 레버도 투명 거래스 다 진대다 시기요.
So that luck is not just happening without cause and condition. There is a cause and condition for that also. So but which we don't see it, so we can't explain why is that person more lucky than the other one. So that explains. So there is a hidden cause which is not obvious to us. It's extremely hidden. And so for that we need to rely on somebody who tells us the truth, and we believe in them.
Okay. Yes.
I have a sort of controversial question about cause and effect. I saw a woman speak, 94 years old. She was at Auschwitz. She was experimenting as a child, and she was able to bring up the fact that Bayer, we call Bayer aspirin in this country. Bayer supplied all the gas, and because it's a German company, and all the drugs. I almost want to cry. Why are they still even existing? And now they've joined Monsanto to take away the name of Bayer, the German company. Yes, sorry.
그래서
So that's cause and effect. They caused millions and millions and millions of German Jews to die in the gas chamber and experimenting on children. What will this drug do? And they experimented on twins. Her and her sister made it. I have a hard time with cause and effect. With that, why should they even be in existence? This company. And then Monsanto is poisoning our environment. They're killing all our bees with all the pollution. I'm very how can I help? I mean, it's hard for me to get my mind around cause and effect. Yes, they might be born a centipede, in their next life, and maybe they will. But what do we do now with that fact? That all those people were dead because of this company.
그래, 다 가서 소라디 전에 미모고 시거서다. 안데 가르친 더 가르친 내려 그랬어. 근데 윤대 걸 하고 그래서.
대변아 단다 가르쳐 하고 대치원 말해. 단 담ble 총도 봐. 총세 되게 쇼치를 팽이로 쇼치를 내게 그래. 단다 가르쳐 미직 나사 타야게 치다. 변아 팀메드 미그 삼마 줘봐라야. 먼저 샘직 가서 시죠 그랬어.
Yeah, that's one example, but there are so many other things similar to that, in this world. Like so, for our own benefit, to experiment our medicines. How do we torture on animals, right? We experiment on animals. So all the medicine that we're taking now are assured that it is beneficial for us through experimenting on the animals. So it's very similar to that. Yeah, human beings, exactly.
Therefore, yeah.
It's the cause and effect I don't understand. The evil. And then, really? It's still not bankrupt, And I don't think people know that Bayer aspirin did that. The Bayer company supplied all that. I was shocked when I heard that.
드디어 때 간지잖아. 단다 간주가 함 먹어요. 간주가 남녀리 라렌타데와 사데와 통데와 뭐 보였어. 이 잡로라 샘천 처음 몸 지난주에 내던 오늘에서 저도 몸 사모 세셔 신도 그랬어.
너 단다보다 내대 가르쳐랬어요.
들려다고 총을
맞아 레그래.
쇼치니 아니 잠블리션 되게 레지. 니네 가다 총대가 놓다로 왔어. 총대서 돼. 그냥 가서 이다 범사이도
더 유디도 맞아 레드 샤오라.
다 땡.
게임도 걸어서더라.
Nangchuni Shewa Yena, Ani that Juto and also shower, take a lady on Sasha, that can't others. Imba Yena, yeah, the chapter. And Zambling Tsongkhapa setting, and do Gyume to Maris.
So, you know, in one hand, it is the business strategy, right? You know, so it's very difficult to tell, you know, what makes it work. But even though they do all these bad things, you know, and then they got that, but people who are experiencing those sufferings, you know, it's, of course, in Buddhism we say it's cause, and they have created a cause, the karma. And not in this life, in some other previous lives. You know, they might have done something similar, or we might have done something similar. That's why we're experiencing that suffering now. And the other thing is that's the cause. Main cause is the karma that we have created in the past, and the business strategies. All these are conditioned that's making it, you know, existence or available for people to go through that kind of sufferings. So people or animals, you know, to go through that kind of sufferings.
The Tanda Channel had a Zungus join you on the Tanda Nazu Mantoa, Jalolaya. Chunju, Simpson, Bomo said that sort of social matters, so did.
So that's one thing that, you know, is obvious to us, but there are also some other things that we're not, you know, which are not obvious to us, and there are so many, you know, things that's been created all the time to harm, you know, billions and billions of sentient beings.
Nanzu show change and the Harvard, MIT, and Zambli, Keda, left and Tina, during it, those Tina, the Sony Tangores.
So in one hand, you know, the Harvard University, you know, MIT, those are like the very, you know, prestigious, well-known, you know, universities, right, in the world. But on the other hand, so many bad things come out of them also. Because they study there, right? All the people, they study there, and they go, you know, they do the experiments there. So that's how, you know, the things has been in the world, you know. So it's very difficult for us to change that. And then, like, for the handful of rice that we eat, you know, for a handful of rice that we eat, how many sentient beings has been killed? And so when we eat meat, that's obvious that, oh yes, you know, our animal has been killed for you to eat that meat. That's obvious. But then also, like, when you're eating other food, like lettuce, one piece of lettuce, you know, to make that consumable by human beings, how many pests, you know, has been killed, you know, to make it, you know, consumable for human beings. And so, you know, so the main cause is the ignorance, you know, the grasping at the self, the ego, the I, grasping at the self, I. So I want this, I want that, I want to be happy, I want profit, all this. Because of that, then we, you know, disrespect or disregard all other sentient beings, and then just, you know, cause all the harms to others. Just for me, I want this. Like that.
For example, I give you a small example, like New England, very easy for us. The winter time, we have a lot of snow. We shovel our spot for the street. Right? Since you finish, you're going to walk there, you move the car there, you put your chair there. Your eyes stuck there all day. If you come back, someone move, you get very angry. I did 3 hours this morning shovel. I put my chair, it's my chair. Someone took that. Right? Therefore, we have strong, everyone. It's not just one person. Everyone has very strong I, me. Buddhism said, this is the most dangerous enemy for our life. It kills for all of us. But we don't feel that. I like that. Oh, this is my nature. Oh, this is my tradition. Right? This is my personality. We don't want to change anything. Right? I have to do that. This is the problem. We always, Buddhism say, We always looking for others' faults. He did, she did, she's bad. We don't really check our own thoughts. Therefore, you really find the problem of our own me, my. It's not means you have to give up yourself. But if you really solutions in here, like if you able to read for the chapter 6th chapter of the Shantideva Guide to the Bodhisattva, it shows very, excuse me, you are not excused. Therefore, we need to logically, we cannot see for the, how you say? We can see things, but logically. Therefore, you really study, really think about it. The Buddhism is the very, science of our mind. How you say that? Science, they always check in the microphone, right? They put numbers. If your mission box is broken, you don't see anything there. The mind, we can develop, always develop. Right now is very, like example, you're right, the one chemical. Who built the chemical? The chemical not come from outside. The person built. I want to do that. Right now it's it's terrible, right? People do they kill the mouse. They put something in the bed, they walk there, then stock that. Like we just small things like that. We always I don't want that. Because we create everything. We can say create.
Great.
The human beings create all that. We say, tiger is very dangerous, right? Tiger. Tiger is very dangerous. Elephant is very powerful. But if your tiger is not hungry, they stay with the animal, they don't kill. Then we need more. We have so many things. Like example, we have maybe hundreds, maybe 10, 20 different layers. So T-shirt or or things that we go to the shopping, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, the Macy. We got that. I like that. They're selling. They sell. Just put that. You bring it inside home. Look at that. Just hang that. We don't use. Because our mind is more worse than the tiger's mind. Tiger, when they eat, they won't hungry, they just pick up one they eat, they just sit there. And the elephant is more powerful than us. The small insects, they can kill us. If elephants can come back ordination.
Press.
The press hour is just very easy. But the human intelligence, the small person stay in here, they go there, because human intelligence makes for everyone to change. Therefore, we say perfect human rebirth. If we can do the best result, enlightenment. Only human can do that. We can say, dogs, usually we teach dogs, cats, right? You can say 100 times, you become very happy. They don't understand. Maybe we can teach for the parrot. We say, they don't understand, right? But whom we can explain for human beings, they can understand the meaning, they can do that. Therefore, the human life,
so the reason why the proper human rebirth is very precious, is because through that you can achieve state of full enlightenment.
Okay, now I'm not talking about Tendeza Kanje Lende Kolanganzo Koara the Pay and Negachimbercha. Lendela Koya Bona Lende they call Chulukish Remdos. Shetang and Jitang and Otare.
And so if we can find understanding, about the karmic law of cause and effect, then this is very, very helpful for us, to deal with all the problems, the issues that we have in our day-to-day life. It's not only a religious thing. It's the actual things that's happening around the world.
그리고 맨날 쳐서 참을 하신 바다 매사에 참을 하시면 수수 소주 말아.
So the nature of the water being cold and the nature of fire being hot is not created by anybody, right? That's its nature. The nature of the fire being hot, is its nature, right?
근데 이제 렉 맨날 마루바세에 제와는 되긴 되발라 동아용 거 봤다. 야보치는 되긴 되바 대바용 저 수직 소주 좀 말아. 코란 진행 좋다 이러.
Just like the fire being hot is nature, from creating negative karma coming the suffering is its nature. It's nobody made it like that. Nobody created it. That's its nature. If you create if you create non-virtuous action, you get suffering. That's its nature. That's the nature of the non-virtuous action, is to give rise to suffering. And then the same is the nature of the positive karma or virtuous action, is to give rise to happiness. It's nature. It's not created by somebody.
Right? 근데 제와나 아니 그 주든 대화 캠도 주케 랭게 밀레 뭐보여 봐.
And so when you think in that way, then you can see that it's nothing to do with the religion, because there are so many different kind of religion and different people who believe in religion and who don't believe in religion, right? But this is true for everybody.
Right? but shambada nje sede chulu labje chubo marwas.
So the the advice of the loving kindness and compassion is not only to do with the religion, right?
근데 이제 나도 뭐 동절 되요래. 아니 대 티나나라 뺀다. 마셔도 출력해 매는 거라 봐. 대이나 아니 코도 잡아 니지가 냠내 지하면도 와.
So like there are 7 billion people in this world, right? And most of them don't believe in religion, right? Majority of the 7 billion people don't believe in religion. Then in that case, they have no way to practice loving kindness and compassion.
근데 이제 아니 잠다 니지에서도 식당에 친구인데 샘 야포지 봐도 디글 끌노지는 내가 전에 라다 지니까 대화돼 가지고 내가 세당 뜨무서리야 줄로 가지고 키워서 말아 줄로 키워서 말 내가 저한테 줄로 키워지 샴바지 또 말아 코로나 식당이 로다치 차대로.
And so therefore if you develop loving kindness and compassion, then that brings happiness and peace in oneself and others. And then if you do anything out of attachment, anger, jealousy, and so forth, then that brings suffering to oneself and others. So this is its nature. It's nothing to do with the religion.
What do you think that maybe this is the troll? Troll? We said troll? Trolls?
Tools?
Yeah, trolls. Trolls.
Tools.
Trolls. The angry, jealous attachments, the trolls for Buddhism, or not Buddhism, religion to harm others. The compassion and loving kindness be, what is that? Compassion and loving kindness be nice as the tools to be, religions bring for others to more close. It's not like that. It's not religious tools. Tools? Not tools. Not tools. We have to pay the money than the car. Tool.
Shabju. Tool. Shabju.
Shabju. Tool.
Yeah.
Tool.
Tools.
Tools. We have to pay tolls, okay? They get more tail. Like that, right? If you really think that this kind of weekend education for the colleges or entire world, then really people can words white or words black. We can bring relief for the human intelligence to right away. Therefore, sometimes we don't really touch them. We say, oh, we need to really pry. People need to pry, otherwise you're a loose person, not pry, right? No, we don't need pride. We need to talk competence. No, yeah, I can do that.
Confidence.
Competence and courage. Yeah, we need that. We don't need to pry. If you are very
Pride.
If you're a very pride person, someone doesn't praise you, you get unhappy. Right? You very low key person, someone prays you, you're very happy. Because you don't wish that. The very strong pride person to always looking, or not always, but they're looking for, they want to pry others. He's good, he's good, he's bad, you know. Therefore, okay, now I'm not talking too much then. Yes.
I have a question. So I feel like in our culture right now, there's like, even with like therapy, people in therapy, there's seems like a big emphasis on like the I, like helping which is good, helping yourself, you know, is useful. But I think there's also like a lot of movements, you know, feminist movements or different races, things like that. And so I don't know, I feel like people, you know, like if I talk to a female friend, you know, they're very proud in who they are, and if you say something, you know, they get really easily offended because, like you're saying, their ego is being, what, like, combated or something? So, like, how do you have, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of trendy right now, like, there's a really strong sense of, like, who are you? Like, you do what you want to do, you know? I don't know.
그래, 나 먼저 나 지다 먼저 지금 나 디체긴 디체스 시즈 보스 문제라. 보스 문제 솔라데는 지금 코로나도 지금 랍자자도 코로나도 제부터 더 많이 더 샤바는 람서도 너버리 모두. 안 코로나도 간제는 편도 적을 수가 없어.
I think to help, because so many people, minorities, have felt so low. So I think it's a sense of to uplift. But I think there's also like really.
So you mean like the people who have that pride have a problem, or?
Sometimes I think conversations just can be really difficult.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
thing you can't say anymore.
Yeah.
People are get too defensive about what you're going to say because they're pride about something or about what they believe.
Maybe because they've been
Yeah,
so hurt.
protective.
Yeah. Because
So, like
yeah.
only when you say something contrary to what they believe in, right?
Right.
If you are, if you go along with them, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, you'd be really careful.
They say I'm good, and you say, oh, you're very good, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is we need to be very skillful. We need to skillful when people talk about others.
But I think what you're saying is that it's gotten really bad, like over the past,
Really?
5 or 6 years. I've noticed it's gotten really.
Really?
You can't talk to anybody about any topics
But it
that
depends,
are
like,
of importance without
Yeah.
having someone in the group be offended.
Yeah, this we have to be very
That's
careful.
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
skillful.
because this is degeneration time.
Yeah, but
Degeneration time.
Yeah.
Nyomo nyuma, that nyomo shulang korwa.
Yeah. So like 5 degenerations, the degeneration, actually, it says, it's the name, the term is called degeneration of delusion, actually means like increasing delusion, not a degeneration. So it means like degeneration by delusion, So degeneration that's caused by delusion. That's what it means, but the term we use is degeneration of delusion. Doesn't mean that delusion is going down, means it's like that degeneration is caused by lots of delusions. So people have lots of delusion, and then that causes the degeneration.
근데자 ngazu 좀 미강가라 약할순도 다 nga스 슈좀 leg도. 같이 다 쩌가 간데로.
Yeah, so it's all because of that, right? The grasping of the I. So I am expert, I am so and so like that.
제가 미강가 담보시다 치는 요 말다. 담보시다 명예 자서로. 뭐니 미지 작바는 것도 저 작바는 고로사로. 뭐니 작바로 해 가서 담보시로.
Yeah, so they are not able to take what they really are, So like, they're not able to face the honesty, right? So if somebody is fat and you say, oh, you are fat, then the person gets offended. But that means that person is not able to face the truth. In truth, that person is a fat. When you call that person a fat, that person is fat. So not really to be offended, but because of their ego, right? Then they get offended. So it's all because of that ego, I, grasping at the I.
But this is I think maybe culture. This culture because like Tibetan culture is that you are very fat. They are happy. Really? Really, I'm serious. They think, oh.
But Tibetan culture also gets offended when you tell them you're skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in Western culture, they don't get. They get, oh, really? Oh,
Yeah. It's very different.
skinny is good.
different culture, right? The culture brings different things.
So usually you say like, oh, you're very skinny. You're not eating enough.
Yeah.
You don't have enough to eat or something like that.
Yeah, we have like that.
But that was when you're still convincing, like instead of saying, you could say to someone, you're talking about their weight, you could use
Yeah, therefore we have to use a very different way, put very nice skin. We just
Skin.
put very nice skin, easy to broken. Put there, we talk them.
Because people, in our culture, people who are overweight are, they're marginalized, they're made fun of and all this. So you have to, it's important to be careful how you talk about the weight.
Therefore,
Because,
we are not saying you are not important. It's very important. We need to be very skillful.
yes.
Even someone that we cannot now right now we're not allowed to talk truth. This has happened because we are very
Yeah, because our delusions have risen so much high.
Okay, now I didn't go this text 2 days, okay? Now we're going to, okay? 다 근데 다 가상도 아니 디지 레시데 바타 레세데 뺀내 것이 버리도 로로 만부 제거를.
And so we talked about the compositional factor, right? Which is creating karma, how we create karma and so forth. So this is very important to understand.
다 간도 레사 생도 레 가는지 싸고요.
So we said we create karma, we create karma. How do we really create karma?
그러와 아니 샘라 간지 뇨모도 좀 가는지 샘라 샤바이나 되게 레 도사도요.
So if any kind of delusions arise in our mind, any kind of the bad delusions like attachment, anger, ignorance arise in our mind, then through that we create non-virtuous actions.
아니 간제게 가르나 계획을 내빼나 샴바 니지 샤지고 샘 동반니게 던지지 아니 샘라 샤바이나 되게 계획을 사도요.
And whatever positive state of mind arises in our mind, such as loving kindness, compassion, emptiness, and so forth, that will create a positive action.
다 데브라 야라는 로근도 왔어. 다 모두나 계획을 싸요. 싸요 계셔로.
So like right now, Deborah is walking around, right? She's creating positive karma.
Right? 다 조선 되되네. 샘라 두링에서 되되나 되게 레도사로 그래서.
But if you're not walking around just sitting there and thinking all bad things, then you're creating non-virtuous actions. So the creating karma is very easy. It's just a matter of thinking. And so the karma doesn't last. The karma ceases, right at the next moment. It ceases right at the next moment. But doesn't mean that you're free from that. The karma action ceased, but the imprint from that action is left on your consciousness, and that stays forever until it's ripened. So just like if there's like a bad odor, like a bad smell on this side of the table, and then when you're walking by, you just touched it slightly, or you're close, touch slightly. Through that action, the stain or the the odor stays in your cloth. So you have left. Your action of touching is done. You're gone. You're no longer touching. Your touching is done already, and you're already over there. But the stain, is on your cloth. So then, when you go home, and then you feel like, oh, there's this smell, odor. What is that? So then later, oh, that's from that. And then, if you don't keep it separate and mix it with other clothes, then all other clothes will get also stained or odors. And so you create a karma in that way, and then the imprint of that karma is left on consciousness. So that's the third link. And so And so anyway, so you know, that, I mean, of course, there's different way of asserting the consciousness depending on different tenets. But anyway, when you create a karma, you know, when you create a karma, and the imprint of that karma is left on the consciousness, you know, just like oil sucked into paper. So just like the paper sucks the oil, that's just like that. You know, the consciousness, you know, takes the imprint. So you leave both imprints, positive and negative imprints in your consciousness.
아니 딘딩 가서 담보 레기 바자 샤마 답갈라데 지디지 그러 나시 때리더라 그래서 지디지 되게 주만 레버 답갈라게 갑들라 아니 레디 남시 나도스.
And so they're talking about two consciousnesses, the consciousness at the time of cause and the consciousness at the time of result. And so the consciousness at the time of cause is the time, you know, when you have created karma and then, you know, leave the imprint in your consciousness. So that would be the consciousness at the time of cause. And then later, when that imprint, you know, of the karma ripens through meeting with, you know, conditions, then at that time the consciousness, you know, is the consciousness at the time of the result.
Okay. 다 딘디 티 가르쳤나 레버데 마음에 가는 가서 매웠어요.
And so after you have created, you know, once you have the consciousness at the time of the cause, and until the time, you know, of the result, in between that, you can purify that. You can get rid of that imprint.
맨날 가도 미 나기도 왔다. 나서들 보고도 나서도 곧 담보 포도 거야 나도 수벌 야랑하고 뭐 왔어. 아니 지 깨로 오시다 아니 거야 야랑하고 와. 대도 주바는 거. 대신에 수벌 나사데 가도 수벌은 주세요 걸라 그 깨는 야랑하고 와. 대도 주바. 근데 바샤다 남치가라 샤사와인다 슈마 깨는 제 걸라 아니 그 저도 야랑하고 그래서.
So it's just like, you know, a disease in your body. The disease in your body, when it meets with some certain conditions, then it increases, right? It expands or it, you know, spreads around. But until it's not met with the condition, it's just there. It doesn't do any harm. It's there, but, you know, it's not, you know, spreading or it's not, you know, increasing. So it's just there. Just, you know, it's there, not doing any harm. But once it meets the condition, then it spreads, and then it creates more, you know, damages in your body.
Okay. 단단가도 내가 저도 소소세 야난도 지대 단간도 다 관계 계획에 싸기 버려 계획에.
And so right now here you're sitting in the, you know, in the temple and listening to the teaching and sitting straight, you know, on your, you know, I mean, with the cross-legged. So you're creating positive karma just by doing that.
좋아. 단내 대치 야내 토마진 저 차대는 랭가 마사데 히로.
And then, but if you're sitting here, but if you're holding that, you know, a vessel with, you know, a filthy vessel, you know, the filthy vessel, then that becomes non-virtuous action again.
You know, right? Everyone knows filthy vessel.
Filthy vessel?
Listening with a filthy vessel.
Yes, listening with a filthy vessel.
나도 샘내야 도장장 트레네야.
Filthy.
Yeah, leaking. Yeah, that's good.
So it doesn't absorb.
Yeah, we need to.
Nothing goes in.
Yeah, someone just, you know, looking. Okay, I have to go to the kids go to school. You stay here. Oh yeah, I have to do that. Yeah.
The couple.
Then you no couple you go in the malajut.
So you're not listening, right? You're not listening. Nothing's getting into you. So you're like upside down vessel.
You hear that you doesn't go there. And then somebody and it can never na ya. Think tambo ni bashi tambo jetares. And then you no shad about chipares.
And then after the other one is the leaky vessel, you know, where you get it, and then but then after that you get another one, then you don't remember the first one that you got, you know. So it's like leaking.
You know yaki,
Yeti.
Yati. Chinese, you know yati, right?
Yeah.
Yati.
Big white.
Big war bear
Furry
in
animal.
Chindu they have lot. You call yati, I don't know. They call Chen-mo. They will kill the people also. And they go on the yeti looking for the mouse. Yeti is very big, right? He dig, you know, he mouse, anything he dig, he found one, and he just put one, then put here. Then he's very big, right? He just dug it, and another one run away. Maybe he dig maybe 10 times. He catch 10 mouse, then he only catch last one. But what he very big, you know, he just push one, put here. Push one, put here. Then he have to dig again. They run away behind that. There was him. We just listen. Finish, we just, what I say, what did they talk? We didn't keep our mind. Because it's, take our mind, what ngazu similar mother, what ngazu, tenanga material doshtan.
So the one thing is, one of the reasons why why it doesn't stay in our mind is because we don't consider it as important, right?
Wait, that's true. But ngazu bena, chinanga chenpo jina bena, tsik jigim susula mijig tsik doa ilana, tsik jin jegim doa.
So if it's very important, then even if it's just one word somebody said long time ago, it stays in your mind all the time, right? If you think that of it, think of that as important.
Kana tesu same shoes samira. That's samira there do.
So you hold that, very important in your mind.
Ya mijig susula ji tora yapo jitana, shuju yapo shena, tenga jegim doa.
And again, if somebody has praised you or have said very good things about you, then you don't forget that also, right?
Right? Someone said, you are so beautiful. Someone said, you are very handsome. We say that all the time. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. Therefore, today is another one, Shochina Dangazo Yakaro, the Kumdrim which had the injury was. And another Marilla passport pay Shinga Madoshan to the Jagmado. But you couldn't negotiate it out.
Yeah, so one thing is that you're very interested, you like it very much when somebody said something, and then or you get very offended when somebody said bad things, so you can remember that. So other things are when you regard something as very important, then you don't forget, like you have 4 or 5 passwords, you don't remember, you don't forget them because you consider that as very important.
If you think that? Oh really? Yeah. This is, even I didn't know my own, sushi card number. When I go somebody, they ask sushi card. Anyway, Kazana Ganzu, okay, anyway, I'm speaking with better English people together. Tom I come with which one I have to translate. I think, anything doesn't stay our mind very stable. I think this is my own thought. Maybe we are not very take serious that. Of course, there are some other kinds. Then the licking vest, right? No filthy vest. You have gold vest, very beautiful vest. Outside, very beautiful. But inside, you didn't wash, very dirty. Very things that. Whatever we put there, we cannot use because inside is so dirty. Now, there go example of our mind. Your mind has so many different bad thoughts. The Dharma doesn't go with you. Dharma go with her, with him. Oh, he's talking with him. Oh, he's talking to them. It's not me. I'm not that case. We don't take our serious. This person, I'm not saying you guys that. Okay, this is like general. I have to talk general things, right? Therefore,
So for that person, the Dharma will not be of benefit. So if it really, so points to your fault, then that's the real instruction. So, but if to us, if somebody points at our fault, then a big danger, right? Maybe tomorrow you will not show up at all. And so you leave these imprints in your mind, once you have created karma. So the karma can be, the karma to be born in the upper realm, a lower realm, or in a higher realm. So a higher realm is form realm or formless realms. And so whatever cause, whatever harmful actions you create, because of for your own benefit, then that is non-virtuous action. And that leaves the imprint in your mind, a negative imprint in your mind, to be born in the lower realms. And then when that negative karma, the imprint of that negative karma is activated at the time of death, through the craving, grasping, and existence, then it will lead you, to that beautiful place, lower realm.
How about we think they take us to the goose, the birds, no hungry goose, the birds, chija, on the chai, goose mar, shajo, shachimbush, goose. The little on the country, the little on the country.
So if you are born as a goose, how will you feel like?
How you feel?
Yeah, how will you feel? Would you like to be born as a goose?
Oh no, they're not worried, just they're walking around, just woo, they're looking at some grass. This we call animal realm. We don't want that, right? Therefore, like this is one example. We don't know where hell realm. No one see, we don't see, anyone experience, but something animal to belongs to person, lot sufferings. Some animal not belongs to person, the wild animals, hard sufferings. The, what you call it, worms. Right now the worms, there are some birds, they can see very far away. They say that they just dig, they find. They eat like that. The harbor like that. Then the fishermen, I think this is very terrible, Some people just play the fish. They don't purpose to catch for eating. They just catch, look, throw up there. That's terrible. They just play, right? They put the eye in the fish's mouth. They say, I just playing. You're terrible playing. Don't say that, okay? just think about that. Okay? Then is a what a thing give like Pachachi. Ta give like Pachanto and the round the Jella pencil can and any shower not to give like Pachachagas. They should must live about any teeth and then not to denote race.
And with the thought to benefit oneself and others, if you create some good action, then that leaves a good imprint in your mind. And when that imprint is ripened or activated, with the clinging, grasping, and existence, and then that will lead you to be born in the upper realm. So right now we are born in the upper realm. As a human being, are we?
Are we
in upper realm? Happy realm?
Are you happy? Even happy realm is not very happy, right? There are a lot of problems all the time. Okay? Ani tene ni ngazo chi dewa dang ta tando ngazo dewa ndola chi rapa ani medewe loche ani kam koma te chinde ko loche ne chi tingin da loche gom dewa ina ani moyo le se kam koma che le saru res.
And then so if you create a karma, it's called like immutable karma, which is a karma to be born in the higher realm as a form and formless realm. So you when you create that karma, then you become through the concentration, by meditating on karma binding and concentration. When you create that karma is called immutable, and that leaves a positive imprint in your mind. And then when that is ripened or activated with the clinging, grasping, and existence, then you will be born in the higher realm. And so therefore the ignorance, compositional factor, and consciousness, these are the three, they call it the throwing karma. They call throwing karma, that throws you into the next realm.
They throw you good players or bad players, like football. Basketball, you can throw anywhere, right? And the thing in Revata, and the Mizune, Shenchika, and the true. Sumbus are Tene, and the Revachi. Karo Mizuchi. Or budget together, Sumeta, Ten Revachi. Shiro.
Minsuche, and it gets it because
Mizuchi, Shenchi, Repachi, Sova, order, Tela, Teshila, and Revelagari. He's less about and Dushijilagro.
And then so this, then after that, through that, then we get this the rebirth in the realm, right? In the realm. So when we are born in the as a human being, like when we are conceived in the womb, and then from there our body develops, right? So the first one's called the name and form, and then the 6 senses, and then from there comes the when we have developed the senses, and from there it touches the objects, and then from the touching, which is contact, and then from there comes the feeling. So these are the 4 links, that are the result of the three throwing karmas, the ignorance, composite factor, and consciousness.
Okay, yes.
So what are the, can you repeat the throwing karmas? You said there's 3 throwing karmas?
Yeah, so there's ignorance,
Yeah.
the compositional factor,
Yeah.
and consciousness.
Okay.
그러나 말이 바디 잡로 페데로 그 잡로 팔레데 사 부자당게 차데로 왔어.
So there's the ignorance is behind there, right? So it's like the motivator, so that's motivating or you to create the action or pushing you to create that action.
아니 액션도 레라 와데 레데 코 주샤래 코 주샤 되겠다. 요번에 코 차데로 왔어.
So action is the karma, right? What you do is the action or karma, and that's like the servant, the ignorance tells you whatever you do, and then you do it, So that the action, karma is like the servant.
그 레카데 남시강 샤샤로 왔어. 다 남시강.
And then once you have done that action or created the karma, the imprint of the karma is left on the consciousness.
어때 콘솔라 아니 tam 페이지가 짓으려고 그래. 페이지가 있죠.
And so these are the three, like the throwing karma or the throwing causes, that throws, the three throwing causes.
되는 거 쪼데 머리 받을 미시 받으래.
And among these three, the main one is the ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing.
그봐. 마시 받는 건데 가디나 노트용 그래.
So when we don't know, we make mistake. We always make mistake when we don't know.
나도 람간 마시 가는 람간 로식 말고 가보려고요.
So just like if we don't know the road, then we always make mistake, right?
Maybe right now, if you have no GPS, you don't know how you come here, right? If you don't have GPS, you're not allowed to. You don't know how you come here, right? GPS just makes us very more dumb, right? Because when I come here before, I don't know, when Tamchu we go everywhere. He print the paper. Okay, it's right here. Just taking paper.
Map.
Map. Now we just GPS said, go left, okay, right, okay, yes. Even they take wrong direction, it's okay, we have to follow that. Today is nganzu kadza. Nganzu ngoni 마시 이제 내가 제와 많이 나야. 간지 더 말까로. 간지 가서 노주 삼아 마시 외지는 연구도 와.
So anyway, so all the mistakes, that we make, it comes from not knowing, right? If we know, will we still make mistake?
간지 가서 학 고지는 가서 삼지는 mentu 노치용 말아서. 근데 노주 제가 예산이 제가 말아다.
So even then, you make mistake, you still don't know, right? You think it is right, but then you did that and then you made a mistake. Or you just say, okay, yeah, I know this is how it is, but I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do it the wrong way. And you make a mistake in that way? No, right? Never.
If you have addiction, if you have addiction to something, it's wrong, but you don't do it.
That's also comshiji, no?
야.
내가 저 독자인 하고 그걸 때나 하고 싶은데 된데 지금 알았어요. 그냥 담아야 해도.
For example, drink the coffee. Also, so when we talk about that last week, someone give me that drink to the gift card. Man, it's not my motivation. I want to collect that gift card for Dunkin' Donut. This is my habit. I like to, Yeah, therefore, habits very bad, One way to be habits, and that's also komshi. Komshi habits, baro.
Habit, yeah.
Habit, my personality, same.
Habitual personality. Some people have a more habitual personality.
Yeah, I mean, it can be part of the personality, right? The habit.
그래서 도중간도 제가 제우자까지 가고 싶어도 아니 제우 맞잖아 아니 가도 제와 좀 좋다면도.
Yeah, that's very difficult to change, right? Because of our, habituation with that, very difficult to change. But so if we don't change it, then it's very difficult to, do the correct things.
Okay, now what we talk about? We talk so many things. Do you got anything to do a daily life, or you say, you talk about just something to behind that? Yes.
So, for practiced monks who have the desire to be reborn in a certain way in their next lifetime, do they have set practices or meditations or mantras that they'll do to generate the karma to be thrown into that specific next life?
and Koran and take care to the mixing it in a chick not then Gomja than the other.
Mr. Kayamatan, do the cherry, Kono Teki, Kono the Kini, actually Tara cherries, not the Chambago, Nijigo, Shanchub Semgo, Yarab Chiatis.
There's no particular practice, you know. You can do any practice. What determines is the motivation. So if your desire, you know, seeing that out of ignorance, thinking that, oh, being born as a human being is really happy. So I want to be born as a human being. So because you have the desire to be born as a human being, thinking that this is happy. And that's ignorance. You know. So out of motivated by ignorance, then you think that being born as a human being is happy, and then you do anything, any kind of practice, you know, to be born there. And then that becomes a cause to be born there.
Example, your motivation to go to New York. You can do bicycle, car, fly, even you walk. You can do any kind. Because reach that you need motivation that. Because motivation that, then all different kinds take you over there. You know, even you can just fly, airplane, bus, car, motorcycle, bicycle, any kind you can reach that. Same motivation to rebirth the, you know, like example, prefer human rebirth, then you can do any kind of practice. Compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, generosity, you know, morality, you know, effort, you know, any kind. Because that they are here,
Yeah, so that create a cause to be born up there. I mean, as a human being.
Okay? Yes.
But if to be reborn as a human being, you know what a human being is like. But what happens if you want to go to the Pure Land? You don't. You never been about the Pure Land. You know you don't get that.
So you have to believe in the text, you know, the scriptures or teachings, you know. You believe in that, or the teachings describes, oh, Pure Land is so good, you have, you know, less suffering, you have no suffering, or you have so much happiness, and you have so many good conditions to practice Dharma and so forth. When you hear all these good things about it, then you develop that desire to be born there. And that's the motivation.
Right? But don't think I would like to born the cat or dog. Some people like that, you know? Yeah, some people say that. They say they don't have to worry. But usually they have a lot of worry. They have no freedom. Right?
You're thinking of
Yeah,
pets.
pets. Yeah, if you always very touch pets, they were dangerous. You were born pets. Nando layer was land rammer. She doesn't land rammer side was, and they live in a lit, in the top cheaper chicken of the Yoina, and the sugar ya late kangi comcha till Sita was.
So we create so many negative karma, I mean, so many kind of karma, you know, all kinds of karma all the time, right? We're creating it. And then the imprint of that karma is left in our consciousness. So there's so many imprints, you know, of so many different kind of karma. And whichever is activated at the time of, you know, death, then we're going to be born on that one first. And so, for example, if somebody has created a karma to be born as a human being and to be born as a dog, right? Exactly, you know, same amount, you know, exactly same amount, you know, of a karma. And then, so it, you know, then which one is going to ripen first? You know, it depends on which one you are more familiarized with. You know, which one you are more familiar with. And then you say you have the same amount of familiarization with both of them. Then it depends on which one you created first. And so that one will be ripened first. So it definitely cannot be created at the same time, right? At one time. It cannot be created at the same time. It has to be, you know, before and later. The one has to be created first, and then other has to be created later, like that, right? So it has to be something like that. So in that case, then whichever is created first, and it will be ripened first.
Okay?
And therefore, always should try to create good karma all the time.
Okay. Yes.
Thinking about some of the comments earlier, sometimes it's difficult for us to see somebody who creates like non-harming in this life, but they experience the result of being killed. And then somebody who creates the result of killing lots of, so they're creating killing karma, but in this life they're experiencing, you know, still experiencing a good result. Like, so it makes it, because we don't don't see them create the cause.
Yeah.
We see the only result.
We only see this life.
Yeah. Control.
그래. 세딜라도 가지고 그때 두작체와 개통거 말아.
야.
이나다 두작 개통거보다는 미카시안 배 동아시 운영도 왔어. 세딜라 가지고 야보저 개통거 말때 이나 혼자 배 야보 가서 기보다는 대화시 통도 왔어. 그래서 거다.
제가 다 대가 간조 알레 간조 미 많다와지 코치 잡로 도와지 퓨칭이지 누구사만 간조 롤 고고거다.
So that makes us to wonder why, that we don't see that person doing anything good in this life, but then he's experiencing all these good things. So that should wonder us, why? Because there's something, prior to that or prior to that, or something that is hidden to us.
간조 미 참아 소소 람로 영화 소소 니제오 영화 되게 짜자되면 그 소소 가지 마갱에들 람로 영화 처음이 있으지요 말아.
So we all want to be happy. We all want to be successful, right? Nobody is there who doesn't want to be happy or doesn't want to be successful.
얘나 싸만하지 만들어와지 영화대 코치 잡로 도와지까지 샌들 누가 이렇게 처음에나 잡로도 지효 있다.
So even though we want to be happy, we want to be successful, but it doesn't happen all the time like that, right? So it doesn't happen things just like we want, So that shows that there is something, something behind that's causing us, to be not happy when we want to be happy, or not be successful when we want to be successful.
간지 썸무다서 간지 추쇼도 마셔 있나 봤나. 미치 샌들라 밀람로 치고 가이지는 좀 되게 좋나. 가지는 얘나 삼대로서.
So if it's somebody who doesn't believe in Dharma at all, but experiencing all this good thing in his life, you wonder why.
근데 그 샌들 야가 시켜야만 그 람로 슈 도게 그 샌들 그 간도 민통하고 야게 제 말이네. 그 람로 슈 도게.
So in this life we don't see him doing anything good, but he's very successful.
아니 땅 가서 살면 다 그 쇼지는 가도 그 락들라로 아니 그 락 가르쳐 오래서.
So then it says, we think, he's very lucky. But how did he become lucky?
그 너와 그 너와는지 가도 참이 너고요.
So he's just like he wishes, right? We all wish that, right? When being happy and being successful, just like we all wish that.
근데 걸로 땅 가서 랜드라 삼는 막 못한 거 작도 와.
And so that leads us, to think about our karma a lot, right?
남중에 대시작이 와봤나. 가서 남을 뭐 동시에 되어 와서. 민다가 동반이라 지어요 말에. 맞지. 동반이라는 삼도다나 봐. 삼도다나 같이 차성 대세 전제 집밥이나 미신 찍는라야 빠르칭이 갑자도 준다고 말라고 용어 말했어.
So, just like I used to explain before that, there's like 7 billion people in this world, but none of us are exactly the same, right? We cannot find two people, out of this 7 billion people, we can't find two people exactly the same in their look, in their thought, in their career-wise, or their success-wise, and all this, cannot find exactly the same.
딱 남들이 가르치는 말은 나도 삼마도 그가 야가 앉아 삼 고기로.
So why is that? Why we can't find somebody exactly the same like that?
Sometimes we all want very handsome, very beautiful, right? Right? I don't want handsome. I don't want beautiful. I don't want very handsome. I don't want very beautiful. I don't want any lines here. Did I have some lines here? Yeah, sometimes you cannot smile. You smile, you have a lot of lines. This is not true. He's holding the Dalai Lama laughing all the time, but still he doesn't have any lines here. Yeah. Therefore, he's anyway. What I'm talking about? What did I say?
Everyone wants to be beautiful.
Yeah. Therefore, yeah, we don't want to be very beautiful. We are beautiful. We are not really beautiful. We are very handsome. We are not very handsome, right? We are very beautiful, very handsome. All these people follow you, right? Anyway, there's something we don't see. There's something to push to behind that way. Then how can we take example? Like very 시도도 따와 있는 제가 야보 용마다 가려라라래도 그 지금 세ven도 야보 거도 was 텔레제 쳐다 리도 남식가 야보 요나 그 야보 제다 비찌를 줘 드시는 그 야보 용마도 와.
So just like when you want to plant a seed, for a good fruit, then it depends on so many things, right? Depends on the moist, the soil where you plant it, and also depends on the weather, right? Climates, and depends on the condition, other conditions like water and so forth. So all depends on all these many things. Just because you plant a seed, to have a good fruit doesn't mean that you're going to get a good fruit.
Today, he or she be a very successful person. It's not only happen this life. There, I'm sure something behind that. Then this thing is when, how, where. Only Buddha can explain it for us. When Buddha's time, something strange happened. Then Shariputra asked Buddha, why this happened? Why that not happened? Then he told the old stories. Whatever such person. That. Then he talked about that time he did that. Now this is the coming. That time he did. Now this is the coming. He told all the stories like that. But yeah, cause and effect is very, I think, important for all of us to more study, more thinking. When you have very deep understand that, then we have some difficult situation. I think we don't have to very stressed. Because when we have something happen, we say, why I have this? Why I have to go in this problem, right? We think that, right? It's serious, right? It's, why does it happen for me all the time? It shows, we say, yeah, this cause and effort, this is my karma. We say, everyone say. But very deep our mind, very hard to grow.
Yeah, either we don't find we are not able to understand, or doesn't work well with the things.
Today the lenders said only things sabochi and
And so therefore, with the karmic law of cause and effect, if we can understand or accept, then it's very helpful. So we do understand in some way, and of course, believe in it, but still, not fully able to comprehend what that. So if you drink a lot of alcohol, you get drunk, right? Do you wonder why I'm getting drunk? You don't wonder that, right? Because because you've been drinking a lot, that's why you're getting drunk. So you know that, right? Because you have created the cause of drinking a lot. That's what's causing you to be drunk. So we don't feel that surprising, right? We're not surprised about that, right? Why I'm getting drunk and why we don't feel like that. But then in terms of the results that we experience, we always wonder why, right? So that shows that we don't really understand the cause of law of cause and effect.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
I have a question about creating positive karma. Let's say like we do like good things and to create positive karma. So next life we'll become beautiful or rich or powerful. But like if we look at those beautiful, powerful and rich people, they don't usually practice dharma. So what do we really want to have for next life? Do we want to be like have all this good life but not knowing karma? But if we are doing like creating those positive karmas now, like I guess we don't want to become like rich person but living without dharma for the next life.
그래, 당 소디다 아주 레야고 사바이나 되는 거죠. 제마 먹어볼라더니 속제보다 번지 첨보다 아니 다른 남르신 본 거라서라. 이나다 속제보다 번지보다 남르신 본 거라서 기분이 좋았어. 당 알아서 가서 그래서 먼저 겨울에 사디 가령 가서디 속제보다 대수치도 싸고래기 즉 최제 통행이 야지도 싸고랬어 보다.
나도 최제도 근로잖아. 근로가랑 가지 뭐 대치 뭐 거기서 심바다나 되게 작은 말에 근로를 tuk소래. 되게 작아요 말에. 진짜 근로 때만 봐지 가지 먹어봐야지. 제가 패마도 내 맞죠. 되게 샘치 용을 쉬었어. 되게 근로 근데 아니 개와시와이나 kumpadra dogiris.
So usually, of course, when you do something good, your motivation has to be clean, right? It has to be nice, not just because you want to be rich. I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be, successful. Therefore, I'm going to do this. You don't think in that way. If you think like that, then that already becomes like kind of a negative thought, done with a negative thought. So that doesn't become real good cause. So usually, of course, when you want to do something good, you don't expect about that kind of result, because even if you're beautiful or good, it's still suffering, right? And so the main thing is to be able to practice Dharma. And then if you can benefit with that, if I am rich, I can help other people, so therefore may I become rich, then that's good. So if I'm looking, if I have a good form and a beautiful body, then people will be attracted to me, and then I can help them in that way. And so therefore it's good to have a beautiful body like that. If you think like that, then that's good. So for that reason you can think in that way. But main thing is anyway to practice Dharma and to benefit others.
My question is I'm afraid of becoming like a rich, beautiful, powerful person for the next life. But without suffering and stress, you don't think about Dharma. You don't think
Exactly,
about
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Even we don't see the very beautiful rich person as suffering, but they have suffering more than us. Really. Because we are not that if they don't know Dharma, no problem. If they don't know Dharma, they're more. Because the wealthy person was a worry. Even a small example, the Facebook person, he's a very wealthy person. Now he has a lot of problems. Complain here, complain there, complain there, complain that. I'm just an example, okay? We all use Facebook, right? It's very, useful, but he has a lot of problems. He always, I'm sure, very stressed, right? We are not that problem. We don't have any of their problems. Then very beautiful ones have a lot of problems, a lot of suffering. When I got this beautiful name, everyone's talk that beautiful, handsome, right? Everyone's they always worry. Okay, when I lose that, then always cut here, put here. Your morning put so many things here. Evening you have to check out that. Takes 2-3 hours. They have a lot of worry, because most famous people also if you don't know Dharma, they have a lot of worry, because then they lose their name very easily. It shows how you prove you are not a famous person, you're not a beautiful person, you're not handsome. How you know that? We can see the lot of handsome, beautiful people suicide. They don't have any problem for the mortgage, pay the bills, right? But they go to suicide. It shows something they're missing, right? Then powerful people have always problem. They always worry. How you can make everyone too happy? How can I talk them? How can I make them to like me? It's always hard. We are free from their suffering right now. Okay? Yes.
I'm wondering if she's asking how to create karma so that we'll meet a teacher and be able to practice Dharma next life. Is that your question?
Carter?
당가서 가르전에다 레사고 그래서 당가 마음보다도 최 무튼의 제도하다 교신이도 태하다 최단 제약이
제 자가다 누상 벌써 뭐 그런 야쇼도 나서 다그 시소 집에서 놀라 편지 사진도 보죠. 그런 테크닉 가르쳐 봐이나 아니 딱 개와 답지 뭐 가디나 개와 되게 보여 거죠.
So therefore, the second line, always do with the second two line of the refuge prayer. In the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightened. Through practicing giving and so forth, may I become enlightened for the benefit of all. So do with that motivation.
그런 텐데 여와치 내가 개와 가리서나 딱 대화치 붙인다고 아니 딱 되려요 말.
So if you do any kind of action with that motivation, then that becomes the Mahayana practice. And then that will bring good result in the future.
텐데다 대진의 삼체 샘지도 좀 나나지 대화지 동안만도 봐 칭소를 텐데다 콘돌라 패도요 제대 좀 바동에서 좀 봐보면 된다 서로.
And so like if you say, I want to help others, therefore I'm going to do and I'm going to practice generosity. Just like me, they want to be happy, just like me. They don't want to have any suffering. So in order to eradicate their suffering, in order to bring happiness to them, I'm going to practice generosity.
엔 저랑은 텐데 그런 텐데 여와치 엔 저랑게 빼나 Jangchub 셈, 점로 다는 것도 고메. 될 점로 곰 다는 것도 곰 제대 점로래. 근데 second 질 검자와나 샘친담저 상마지 받치는 게 짬도 계속 줘 말해.
And so if you do with that kind of motivation, that practice you did earlier about taking refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, that practice, the positive karma created from that practice will not be exhausted until you achieve state of full enlightenment.
배 차샤와나 인디나 추추테케네 그게 jansunlu ocean luksana ocean makabada ngini chido den duder was.
So like for example, if I take the cup of water and then throw it in the ocean, then the water, this cup of water will be there until the whole ocean dries up, right?
오페다다 치바치도 잘.
Very similar to that.
Okay? Okay, yes.
Immutable karma. Is there? Is that why do we say immutable? Is the word immutable really has a meaning? Like because in English, immutable means cannot be destructed or something. So
Cannot be changed or
Come on, change.
changed, yeah.
is it same meaning?
Yeah,
Yeah,
change, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There's a reason for choosing that name to say that
네.
virtue is
미워왔어, 훨씬 미워왔어.
레드 카지래요 말았어.
Yeah, it cannot be changed.
cannot be changed.
Yeah, so if once it's created the karma to be born in the formless or formless, it will take you there. It will not, change to somewhere else.
So is it also to understand that in relation to negative karma can be purified?
Yes.
But
Positive karma also destroy.
but
No.
immutable
네.
karma
그러.
다 le migyo lady the karsa le migyo lady the karsa da ngasa sai karsa shy ora
샤이로.
아니 교회 lady 좀 해요라 아니 다 단데 미여 lady 가라다 가요요 말
어떻게 가져요 말.
좀
태요 말.
말했다
근데 레상에도 가서 가서 다박 사고 말았어. 그 안에 띵에도 또번 도모도 사고 그랬어. 대한테 레 달로사 로지마죠. 레에서 말았어. 레도 싸니고 저거대 째는 것으로 와. 그래서 대한변은 감존 데라 라파타 띵에도 장자가 또 라파 액션들이 계속 말해. 띵에도 장자가 변나. 너와라 라파 그 깨고 도사매 아니 그노티가 니고 다 째는 거까지 뒤바라 지오자매서 가지.
So once you create that karma, then you will be born there. So you will be born there. You will not your direction will not change to anywhere else. You will be born there. And that karma, of course, you know what is immutable karma, right? So that karma, the karma to be born in a higher realm, is not created easily. And just not anybody can create it. In order to create that, you have to have developed concentration, a level of concentration, karma binding. You have to have achieved karma binding, and then concentration, and then with that, then you see the desire realm as suffering, desire realm and a desire realm as a suffering, and then the higher realm as a peace. When you see that, and then you develop this wish, to be born there, and with that, then you meditate on a concentration, and that creates a karma to be born in the higher realm, and that's called the immutable karma.
아니 도저 그냥 띵에도 이제 또 째는 거로 봤어.
So that's through the power of concentration.
근데 띵에들 야 라니야 그 사야도 콘도 사야도 진짜 바지 들이게 줘서 말았어.
And so then, and so therefore, you don't, things that are honest.
띵에들 야 라지 레션 받아 들이게 들이제도 막고 띵에들 대랑 기타고 고다.
다라는 게로.
다라 째는 거서.
And so you don't once you go into that concentration, then you just keep on going on that. You don't come out of that concentration and then go out and do something else, which makes you to be agitated, get angry, or other things like that. So you don't get that chance. Go straight from there.
그래서 너도 신의 진짜 겁나야 네가 자고 그래. 신의 진짜 겁대요 말.
So therefore, if you only meditate on karma binding all the time, then that's the danger. You'll be born in a higher realm.
그다 녀랑 봐봐도 야 아는 고발을 냐마샤네. 까마모 되대가 야 랑고 그랬어.
Yeah. So so if you don't use that concentration for other good things, then it can only be a result to be born in the higher realm. So just like that, also the heroes and soldier realizers, the four destroyers of the heroes and soldier realizers, when they achieve their state of enlightenment, then they just stay there, for eons and eons in that absorption. It's called the absorption. They stay there in that concentration or absorption, for eons and eons. They just waste time there.
근데 되네 산주 sembu도 야 따창 야 랑고도 다다 산지요 말서 야 랑고 그랬어.
And then again, they will be awakened, from the through the power of the bodhisattvas or Buddhas, they will be awakened. Say, oh, you are not fully enlightened yet, so you have to come out of there and then work for the benefit of others, and then be fully enlightened.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Now we stop. Oh, we're late. Also, next week also we're going to teaching 9 o'clock. Next Sunday also 9 o'clock.
11 or
9 to like 10:30, like 11. Because I have to go also another place. Because this just sometimes I feel I have to make some maybe 2-3 copies. So one day. Because this is like Sagadava and all the traditions, then they're all different Buddha's birthday celebration. Then we have to go all different directions. Okay? Okay, thank you. My job finished.
I'll do a short version. Okay. Turn to page 39, please. Saji Perki Jun Shime To Tram Ri Rabling Ji Ni De Gem Padi Sange Zing Du Mite Uwa Hidro Kunam Dag Zing La Cho Parsho Jesu Lame Kuje Rapen Ching Nam Ka Trin Le Cho Chu Ge Padang Lob Zan Tempe Dru Me Sab Sum Gi Dro We Mun Zel Tatu Ne Gushi Idam Guru Ranamandala Kam Niryata Yami. Page 43. Short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenre Zig remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49, short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serves as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majanu's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And page 57, prayers of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. We'll finish on page 75. Mixima. Big me te wei te chen chen re zig dream me kempe wang po jam pel yang gang chen ke be su gen Tsongkhapa lob san trape zabla so wa dev. you, Geshe. Oh, yeah, blessed by the apple. No, wait a minute. You've got to use the mic because there are people out listening, so they belong to this too. So.
Sakadawa, just reminder, is June 8th, 2 to 4 p.m. It's a Saturday, right? Saturday. I think it's a Saturday. So please bring your friends, families, news. If you'd like to help support the event, very much would appreciate that. This is a totally volunteer-run donation organization. So please make every effort to support us with your prayers, your presence, and any support you can give. Thank you. Oh, look at the charts on the board. Yeah.